you're not gonna go to a ball. You don't need all that stuff, bitch. Hello Earthlings, I'm Imani. In this video, I am going to talk about tips for my female travelers out there. Maybe you're scared or don't really know what to expect. You want to travel, but your friends won't go with you because everybody has the same excuses. I have school, I have a job, I'm pregnant, my dogs will miss me, which are all really good excuses, like I'm not blaming them. You want to travel and your friends or family can't or won't. So you just gotta live life and do it by yourself. So I did give a few tips in my previous study abroad Q&A that was from like a year ago. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. I will put it here. I wanted to make an updated version just because I have traveled a little bit more solo. Also, I was just really awkward and uncomfortable in that video because it had been so long since I did a proper sit down, talk to the camera video, so I was like, I went to Spain and But do watch it anyway just because there is a lot of information if you want to know about study abroad and traveling and all that good stuff. I hope I'm better now. Hopefully, I think. Let me know. Tip number 1, go when you're ready to go. It's okay to be a little bit scared or nervous about the first time you're traveling on your own, but you should not be completely terrified. You should be looking forward to it. You should be counting down the days. You're constantly on Instagram looking at pictures of the destination you're going to. If that's not you, maybe you're not ready. And that's okay. It takes a lot. It takes a lot of bravery and confidence to get on a plane and just go to some country or place or city that you are unfamiliar with. If you're not really sure if you're ready or not to go on your solo trip, you're really freaking out about it, try going on a little staycation or solo adventure. Go to the next city over, do some tourist shit, stay the night, make it feel like you're actually on a trip by yourself, and then that way you kind of get used to being alone and you have a feel of what it's like to just be with you. Once you get through that, then you're probably ready to go abroad and do it as well. It's really not as scary as you think it's going to be. Don't let your fears stop you from doing what you want to do. If you really want to go somewhere that nobody else wants to go to, please just go. My personal fear, other than getting sex trafficked of course, is living with regret. What if you die next week and you never did that thing that you wanted to do? Well, it's over. It's done. You can't go back now. And I know not everyone is super privileged enough to travel, but if you really want to do something, you'll find a way. So if you're a person that just like cannot stand to be alone, don't worry. There's a good chance you're gonna make friends on the road. It is so easy to meet people when you're traveling by yourself. I mean, people just really feel bad for you, honestly. There's gonna be other people traveling alone as well, also looking for friends, so you're never really alone. Tip number 2, take your time. Go slow. Stop rushing things. Let's say you only have a week or 2 off from work and you have to fit everything in this week or 2 week long trip. Let me give you an example. So my mom came out to Europe to meet me in Spain after I finished my study abroad program. She only had 3 weeks and my mom had never been to Europe before. It was her first time, so she wants to see a bunch of things. So we went from Valencia to Sevilla, from Sevilla to Rome, Rome to Athens, and then Athens to London, all within the 3 weeks. We still had an amazing time, but it was just really stressful because we were always like packing up and going every few days. You spend time in transit that you could really spend more time in just one place. You know what I mean? If we had just picked 2 places that we really wanted to go, or even 3 places, 1 place per week, you know, that we could just go, chill, take our time, really see things and experience the culture, maybe take a dance class or like an art class. That would have been so much fun. If you're taking time to go somewhere really far, don't jump around so much. Stick to a place or a couple places that you really want to see, and then see as much as you possibly can. Really absorb it because you'll get so much more out of it. That's not even a solo travel tip. That's like a anything travel tip. Tip number 3, blend in. Blend. Everybody wants to stand out and be themselves, which is all fine and dandy, but not when you're traveling. If you stand out, you become a target. And I know it's really difficult to blend in when you look significantly different than everybody else. You have blonde hair and blue eyes and you show up in India. It's obvious you're foreign. Try your best to look the part. Get on Google. Do some research about the place you're going to, what's culturally appropriate, the mannerisms, how people dress. Fully immerse yourself in that. You cannot be showing up in a conservative country with your titties out, wearing booty shorts. It's not respectful for the culture. You're just drawing attention to yourself. I'm all here for doing whatever you want, wearing whatever you want that makes you feel empowered. But when you're traveling, just dial it back a little bit. Free the nipple, but like in your hometown, not abroad. Wear what the locals wear. An example, I thought this was so funny. Over winter break, I went to Amsterdam by myself. So I'm walking around wearing this nice SP coat. I'm feeling really cute. I got my scarf. I was blending in so well that people were coming up to me asking me for direction. I'm like, you know, I don't look Dutch, but people just thought I just lived there because, I don't know, I had that, like, European swagger. And I didn't realize this. Like, I was just like, why are these people coming up to me asking me for directions? This man at a restaurant was like, where are you from? And I was like, the States. He's all, the States? Oh, the way you dressed, I thought you were from London or something. I was like, well, thank you. That is my style inspiration, but and he was like, where's your Levi's and t-shirt? I guess that's the American standard. I just thought it was funny. You have to wear what the locals wear, and then you'll be less obvious and people are less likely to rob you. Obviously, there are still going to be things that separate you from everyone else, like your accent, the language you use. Keep it as low-key as you possibly can. On the same line of doing research and blending in culturally, try your best to learn a few phrases in the native language wherever you're going. Walk up to a French person and start speaking English. They're gonna get all butthurt at you. They're not gonna want to talk to you if the first thing you say is, hey, can you tell me where the blah blah blah? They're like, learn a couple like bonjour, merci. I'm sorry. I cannot do French. Hello, goodbye, where is the bathroom? Little things like that will get you far. People really appreciate it when you take the time to like learn a tiny bit of their language. But also a lot of people do speak English now, so you don't have to like worry about getting completely lost. But I mean, it all depends on where you go. The more touristy places you go, the more people are gonna speak English. But always start with a greeting that's in their language, because it's just polite, man. Cuatro. Be aware of your surroundings. This is just an obvious one. I'm just putting it in there in case you've never seen a safety video before in your life. Be constantly aware of what's going on around you. My phone got stolen. Mind you, I always keep my phone either in my front pocket, in my hand, or in a purse that is crossbody, turned this way in front of me, and it is inside the purse, zipped up right there. And that's how I always have it. I'm always aware of where my things are, and I have like secret pockets where I put money and stuff. The one time I let my guard down, I was buzzed. I went through a pub crawl, and at the end of the night, we're in line to go get food. Instead of putting my phone in my bag where I usually put it, I had put it in my jacket pocket, which was very large and not as secure. Somewhere in transit, when I'm giving somebody the money to get my fries, somebody snatched my phone in the middle of London, and I still had a day or two left before I went home, so I was just in London without a phone. But you know, you figure it out. I had insurance on the phone. Thank goodness, everything was handled. I had to file a police report. Though it was an amazing trip, that tiny little thing and losing my luggage effed it up. Just rookie mistake. Don't do the rookie mistakes. And being aware of your surroundings doesn't mean you have to be constantly paranoid and freaked out at new people and stuff, because you know, a lot of people are genuinely nice human beings. Be cautious, but you don't be overly concerned. Also, when you're wearing your backpack, don't keep valuable things in the front pockets of them. Like, that's just bumpita, I swear to God. It's a convenience thing, you know, you're at the airport, you want to have your passport right there, so bada bing, bada boom. It's so much easier to get your stuff stolen if it's in the front pocket of your shit, and those are important documents. Keep it close to you. Also, I said this in my study abroad video, I'm going to say it now because this is the #1 most important tip, like ever, not just while you're traveling. Go with your gut. We, as human beings, as animals, have natural instincts. Please listen to those instincts. If something does not feel right, it's probably not right. And even if you are mistaken, everything's actually okay, it's better to be safe than sorry. If you have a bad feeling about a place, a bar, a hostel, somebody is giving you a vibe, just leave. You don't have to stay there. You're traveling by yourself. You can do whatever the hell you want. And yeah, it might cost a little bit, which hostels or something, but it's better to spend that money than to save your money and end up, you know, in a ditch. And I'm not trying to scare you. I'm just saying it's really important to listen to your instincts because you're often right. Don't get shit-faced while you're traveling by yourself. It's just not a good idea. It's okay to go out, have fun, get a little tipsy, you know. Don't be stumbling through the streets in an unknown city. It's just not a good idea. That's not a good idea in your hometown. If you want to go out with the people that you meet in your hostel that you can kind of trust and you're familiar with. Take Snapchats of those people. Well, that's a good tip right there. It's like, If you meet somebody, take like a Snapchat of them, definitely to somebody at home, a close friend, a family member. Like, this is who I'm with. I know you should really be living in the moment and stuff, but when you update social media a lot, it actually kind of keeps you safe, because then people know where you are in case something does happen to you. As horrible as that sounds, the more you're updating, the quicker people will know if something's not right. If you have an updated Snapchat in 5 days, people are gonna be like, she gone. Also, it's good to like remember the people you meet. More likely than not, they're gonna be really nice people and you're gonna have lifelong friendships and yada yada yada. It's a win-win situation. You stay in safe, you keep in memories, update Instagram and Snapchat a lot. If it is late at night and you need to get back to your accommodation, which I don't really suggest you walk home alone at night in general, get a ride. Get an Uber, get a taxi. It costs a little more, but it could save you in the long run. I burped. When you're walking around, whether it's at night or during the day, you walk with purpose. You know where you're going. You know this town. This is your hood. Walk around really believing that. The more you look like you know what you're doing, the less you look like a tourist. The less you look like a tourist, the less you look like a target. The reason tourists are such big targets is because we probably have a lot of cash on us. Withdrawing from the ATM costs a lot if you're doing it frequently. We might have a passport on us. We might have a laptop on us. We have expensive cameras, etc., etc. This is what makes us so valuable to the scumbags of the world. If you have to check Google Maps or check your map, pull off to the side, go into a coffee shop, you know, grab a coffee, or go into a little corner store, then check it out, because you don't want to be walking around like this. And yeah, don't walk during the nighttime with your headphones in, because then you can't hear if somebody's creeping up behind you. Final tip is pack light. Especially if you're not following my advice and you're going from place to place, it's gonna be really difficult if you have a huge ass suitcase you have to lug around with you everywhere. It's not fun. And like, I used to be one of those people that packed a crap ton, so I've got it down to a pretty good system, I'd say so. A few tips on that, you know, minis are your friend. You don't need to bring a whole friggin' tube of toothpaste. There's a lot of places that don't have tampons. If you need that, definitely pack enough for however long you're going. Don't forget your birth control. Pack that if you take that. I have an IUD, so I don't even get periods, which saves me a lot of space in my suitcase, because then I don't have to bring tampons. I have a whole video about birth control if you want to go watch it. It saves me a lot of space, time, inconvenience. If I could rip my uterus out of me, I would. Also, Diva cups. Those are a thing. Don't know what they are. They're little cups. They're reusable. You just clean them out. Really good for the environment. Yada yada yada. There's a bunch of videos on those. Go look them up. I tell you more about it, but I've never used those personally myself. When you pack a big ol' suitcase full to the brim with all of your clothes from your entire freaking wardrobe, because I might need this. What if I go to a ball? You're not gonna go to a ball. You don't need all that stuff, bitch. So don't pack it. You're probably going to use a fourth of that. You won't even use a fourth of your closet, probably, most likely, unless you're like a cool ass minimalist that has like 4 shirts. If you're like me, who's just in love with clothes and fashion, I have to really break it down to the basics. Only bring the basics. If you really need something, you can buy it wherever you're going. Think about your hair in advance, especially to all my black queens out there. Like, you have to think about your hair in advance, because you don't want to be bringing a bunch of products. Or if you're a person who uses heat on their hair like every day, either find a hairstyle where you don't have to do that, or just rock the natural hair like I do. That takes up a lot of space in your suitcase. Even the mini tools, I feel like, still take up too much space. Traveling, you just want to be able to make things as easy as possible, the get ready process as easy as possible. Stick to the basics when it comes to hair, when it comes to clothes, and you can still be cute and like only bring a few things. I have a winter packing video where I put together, I think, like 15 outfits all in one little carry-on suitcase. It is possible to mix and match and feel really cute, but also be practical about packing. I'll probably make a summer packing video because I am leaving on a trip soon. If you want that, let me know in the comments below. Like the video, you know what to do. That's it for my tips. All I have to say is traveling solo is the best thing you can do to get to know yourself, to really see the world, meet incredible people, make the most of your trip, and take advantage of every opportunity that comes your way. I mean, be safe about it, of course. Don't just go off with random creepy strangers. Sometimes taking those little bit of risks can lead to the best stories and most incredible memories, and it will make your trip truly sensational and special. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you found it valuable or entertaining in any sort of way, please subscribe to this channel. I make videos every week. Give it a like. Follow me on Instagram if you want to see my upcoming travel pictures. I have a playlist of all of my travel vlogs. If you want to see those, go check them out. Thank you so much, you guys, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.